Hey everyone, welcome to Soulfish. If you're new to the channel, thank you for being here, and if you have been here before, welcome back. I would call this probably kind of a energy update. You know, this is post full moon. We're at the tail end cycle of the last day of that particular kind of energy vibe. And I guess this is really about the quickening. You know, I've been spending a lot of time over the last few days in some heavy meditation and contemplation and just spending time with spirit and trying to understand what I'm feeling, what I'm processing as I'm speaking with others, what's happening with them as a theme, how is that translating together. And you know, right now, and we've talked a little bit about this, but right now it's been a lot of different types of things. So you have some physical things going on with you, old ailments pop up, or new ailments that aren't, you know, logical, meaning you weren't, you know, moving 5 houses this weekend, but your back feels like you did, that kind of stuff. You know, you don't have reasons for some of your physical ailments. So you have this kind of physical component going on. You have this emotional component going on where, you know, old feelings come up, or let's say new feelings that trigger old patterns. And from that, then you have to work through that stuff. And so that's on top of what's going on body-wise maybe for you. And then you have this kind of spiritual thing going on, this etheric, spiritual, energetic, where you feel like almost this kinetic energy buildup, right? Like where things are about to pop. And it brings, you're feeling a lot of anxiety and frustration and maybe some, you know, darker anger type kind of feelings, right? And so you have this kind of thing going on as well. So between these three things, these three kind of energy bodies occurring, you know, right now it's like the quickening. You're being tested. You're able to make options. You know, in a lot of ways, you're able to break down in some ways from the pressure, but it doesn't have the same consequences right now as it will in the next, let's say, 30 days, where that safety net is somewhat gone. You know, right now we're in this transition time, and before you start up the whole new story, you know, you're being faced with all these little tests, and not tests like to prove yourself, but tests for you to become more aware of what's occurring in you and to do something about that, to be proactive, to have a choice. That's part of your free will component, right? But you know, free will is bullshit unless you have some awareness. Because if you don't know any better, then you continue to practice the same stupid habits, right? That continue to yield you negative results, negative feelings, negative thoughts, negative physical manifestations of your negative feelings and negative thoughts. That's what you're doing here. So I'm throwing all this at you, and I hope it's not coming from a negative zhuzh, because in the reality it's like teachers. It's like little nudges from you. It's like a bunch of Simon Cowells who you don't really like as an individual, but you sure want his approval, right? Because you know if he tells you it was good, it had to be good. It's like that kind of a teacher, right? So that's what's going on here. So I want you to throw that in. This is your quickening. I want you to be conscious of it, aware of it, but also confident in you that you're aware of these things happening to you. Some things you can't stop from happening, but you sure can control how you're responding to how things are happening. And that's what this is about. And then what happens is you start your new story fresh and clean with a whole kind of group of new tools for your tool bag, that you're not having to go, you know, beat in things with hammers anymore. You have the right tool now for the right job as you go forward for your next story. And that is a blessing. That is real grace, and that will help you to really step into your fullest potential. This is a great time. So please use it for what it is, and know that you're looked after and you're in the right space right now. Much love.